Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another reaction video. This is Lowkey Intifada. Do not quote me, but I think Intifada means uprising. And of course, going by what is happening in certain parts of the world right now, and going by what Lowkey generally talks about, and going by the thumbnail, I think we can all tell what the uprising is about, right? And it's the thumbnail is quite interesting because we have DJ Khaled. I don't know where that is coming from, with a finger over his lips. It's kind of like he's telling us be quiet, or he's being quiet about something that he probably should be talking about. And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to keep quiet. That's what the thumbnail is telling me. And then we've got Lowkey, who's there, and we've got this other human male person. Unfortunately, he's a person. And then, it says exposed with dollar signs for the S. I think we can all infer that everything has to do with money and, their true nature has been exposed. But anyway, without further ado, let's dive in.
Once upon a time in the little Middle East, there was a fascist settler entity on a killing spree. They pillaged their innocent villagers to steal their dignity. It's simple, this literal misery's a thrill to industry.
Okay, a couple of things. First of all, the way it began, it's literally giving like Kendrick Lamar. I don't know if I can say that. I mean, obviously, I'm not making comparisons or anything, but it's giving Kendrick. And I don't know, but I feel like every time Lowkey like releases a track or anything, his style changes, but it's still his style, if that makes any sense. But the second thing is, at least I said that entity was a human being. Well, it's a human being that's heading the entity. This is literally why sometimes like artists are just the best. They just find the appropriate words, the appropriate terms for things and for people who behave in certain ways. Because I was like, okay, just let me call him a human being and be done with it. He was like a fascist settler entity in the Middle East, and I think we all know what that entity is and who heads the entity. So thank you for that, Lowkey.
In case you're wondering, the place is Philistine. From little Italy to Greece and the streets of the Philippines. They know the name, even Algeria felt the guillotine. Cause ignorant idiots sit and wish to bring them to their knees. When it's like that, they even kill children holding white flags. It's quite mad. Clear the only choice is to fight back. No, we are not scared. No, you cannot kill us. Resistance forever on behalf of those not with us. A moment of silence for DJ Khaled. It's clear the counterculture is forming. They seek to harm it. I bet they fear this verse and the words that the people chanted more than the songs charted from feeble, deceitful artists. This is Intifada. You can call it what you want, it's an Intifada. This is more than just a song, it's an Intifada. People aching to be free, this is Intifada. More than faces on TV, it's an Intifada. When we shut down your factory, it's Intifada. And shut down the university, it's Intifada. Your politics is too cordial, it's Intifada if your genocide's the new normal. Once upon a time across the cities of the West, millions were stressed to see civilians oppressed, but billions invested in these industries of death. They tried to talk, but the politicians didn't seem impressed. With horrid lies, try to remove me from Spotify, but the bottom lines, I refuse to be colonized. Go against the system, can jeopardize your salary. Call us the generation that terrorize the factories. Check Kendrick and Drake wouldn't know there was a genocide.
I mean, I've said it before, and I know some people disagree. But I just like, if there are artists with huge platforms and they, for whatever reason, refuse to use their platforms to speak out against this evil that's going on, or any other evil, if they choose to let their platforms be only for whatever they use it for, and they choose not to allow their platforms stand for something more substantial, then that's their business. And honestly, like I'm not going to go at them or say you're this, you're that for not speaking out. And I know that the people who disagree actually, they have a point. They have a lot of points actually. But somehow I just feel empathy because I know that it's quite difficult to speak up. Okay, it takes a lot of strength to speak up. And when the stakes are high, it takes even more strength to do something, even if that thing is right, when you know that whatever it is you're going to do can shake your stance, right? Like you said, if you go against the system, it can affect your salary. For a lot of people with, like artists and all of that, it affects more than their salary. It affects their entire lives. Okay, if the system goes after them, it will turn their lives upside down. So because of that, I don't go after them because I'm like, if I were to be in that position, I don't know what I would do, right? Um, but that doesn't mean that if somebody goes after them, I'm not going to sit here and laugh. Okay. I'm going to laugh, or I'm going to laugh all day long. I'm going to laugh all day long. And it's very interesting. It's just ticklish the way he's going after them. It was like a moment of silence for DJ Khaled. And then a short while after, it's like, check Kendrick and Drake. You wouldn't know that a genocide was happening. And it's so true. First of all, the one about DJ Khaled was very funny. Okay. Because when you say a moment of silence for someone, you might as well be saying RIP to the person. You only say a moment of silence to somebody who's passed. Okay. Or in this case, it's a very sad, sad, sad. That person's a very sad, in a very sad situation. So, yeah. And the thing about Kendrick and Drake, when it was happening that last year, like when it was the whole thing really came to a head, um, right, it was quite obvious somehow if you pulled back and you looked at the entire picture with what was happening in the world, while people were talking about this genocide happening and people were protesting and people were trying to have conversations and lobby with politicians and all of that. We had this whole thing between two giant artists where they were having some sort of weird beef, and that was it was almost like a distraction that was staged, right? It was almost like it was a staged distraction just to get our attention and not let us focus on more pertinent things that might actually cause us to think, right? As if they don't want us to think. And it calls to mind that whole thing between Bill Smith and Chris Rock just a short while back, the slap exchange, that kind of thing, where people actually said that was also a staged drama for whatever reason. So yeah, it's almost like that whole drama thing, all this drama that we have, especially in the entertainment industry, especially from that part of the world. It's almost as if they do it on purpose just to distract our attention and to not let us think about pertinent issues, because if we start thinking, then we become dangerous because we want to take action, and if we take action, then they won't be able to choose to do the horrible things or to support the horrible things that support their pockets, if that makes any sense. But anyway, let's move on.
Lost the generation that terrorized the factories. Check Kendrick and Drake wouldn't know there was a genocide. You would think 40,000 people never died. There's no excuse now cause everything is televised or on the phones where the rest of us are mesmerized. Isn't it quite amazing all this synchronization? We will force their hands though the liberals like waiting. They didn't sympathize though until the sky caved in with enlightened bombs bringing civilization. Intifada. You can call it what you want, isn't Intifada. This is more than just a song, isn't Intifada. People aching to be free, this is Intifada. More than faces on TV, isn't Intifada. When we shut down your factory, it's Intifada. And shut down the university, it's Intifada. Your politics is too cordial, it's Intifada if your genocide's the new normal.
Pressure is unsustainable for them, but sustainable for us. And behind these people, there are thousands across the country who can and will come, with or without us on that pavement or in this road. That factory will leave. Thank you very much. Peaceful solidarity. We're going to be back and bring supplies for everyone here.
I just want to say shout out to every single person who is speaking up in one way or the other, who is in a protest, who is, and I know that, it's not just the artists who face, flack for speaking up for the truth and speaking up against oppression. I know Loki made reference to how some of the ways that this thing has affected him, but he's still here singing, he's still putting out his content, he's still, speaking against the genocide, and there are many people out there as well. And recently we've had this whole thing where they've been deporting students from other countries simply because they engaged in a protest, or because they wrote something, or because they said something. It's really crazy. It's really, really crazy. But I mean, I don't know what they're thinking. Actually, I do know what they're thinking. It has to do with money. It has to do with money. Always has to do with money. And obviously, the color of the skin. The color of the skin makes it easier for them to do what they're doing, to support what they're supporting. So, but I know it's going to come to an end one day. It's just that we have to do our parts, and we do not know when it's going to come to an end. And of course, we can't sit down and say, "Oh, I know it's going to come to an end one day. I'm going to wait." I mean, some of us cannot do anything except sit down and wait. But the people who can actually do something should be doing something. And those that are actually doing something because they can do something, shout out to them. Okay, shout out to them. And victory is yours. Victory is yours. Victory is ours very soon. Anyway, I'm going to stop here. Thank you guys so much for watching this track with me till the very end. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would truly appreciate it. And I appreciate every single one of you who has recently subscribed, and obviously all of you who have been a part of the family from the get-go. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And please remember to give this video a like, and I will see you next time. Ciao.